You want to grow your glutes. I know we all do. What's up? It's Joey Thurman here. The rule of thirds. What is that? Now, I was a hockey player, so I naturally have a big badunk-a-dunk. I don't have a pancake ass, and my caboose is not loose. But if you want to tighten up your caboose so you don't make it loose, I'm a poet, didn't know it. I'm sorry, this is a long intro, but hopefully you're smiling now. We need the rule of thirds for your glutes. What is that? So when you're doing your glute training, you want to hit the rule of thirds, being you want a third of your motions to be vertical hip extension, where you're basically coming up and down. So that load is coming vertically. And you want a third of your movements to be from horizontal. So that could be like a glute bridge, a hip thrust, something along those lines. So that's going to hit the overall glutes. A vertical is going to hit a little bit of the lower glutes. And then we want to do some sort of abduction, where we're moving that leg away from the body. That's going to get the upper and the glute medius. So it's really gonna round that out when you wanna carry that drink on your butt, walking around. Excuse me, sir, could you hold my drink? Yes. Just put it on my big butt. That is the rule of thirds. So we're gonna go over the movements for the rule of thirds. Rep range here. Now you can do any rep range you want, as long as it's anywhere from 5 to 30 if we're talking about hypertrophy here. Main thing is you want maximum amount of mechanical tension. So we're activating those high threshold motor units. That can be high reps. That can be anywhere from 15 up to 30, where you're getting to that point where you fail out and the butt about to cramp. That's the rule of thirds. Check it out. Hopefully you enjoy this video and click that subscribe button and your caboose, boop, boop, will no longer be loose. A deficit squat here. Now I'm holding this dumbbell. I'm going to squat down. The reason why I'm on these benches here is I can get lower, so my glutes are dropping down. So this is that vertical hip extension. Goblin squat. I'm gonna hold the dumbbell here. Think about squeezing through the lats and chest. I elevated my heels so I have more dorsiflexion. Squat down, so this is that vertical hip extension. Drive on the way up. Squeeze the glutes to the top to stabilize the glutes there. You have that ankle mobility. You don't have to have those heels elevated. That's your goblin squat. Dumbbell squat. So this could be a suitcase carry where you're here or you're loaded up here. This is gonna be harder as we're increasing the moment arm. We squat down, push the hips back, pause. Suitcase, we're low, deep, abs strong. Push those hips back, drive through. Think about pushing the knees out. Get that glute medius to stabilize the hips. That is your squat, whether it's a suitcase or hands up. A reverse lunge. This is great on a Smith machine, body weight, and also dumbbells. Now, most people, when they do a reverse lunge, they come back and they feel this back leg. What happens here is they're compensating and they're pressing off that back leg. So what you want to think about is if there was a scale there, that scale should only measure a few pounds. We're stepping back, we're loading forward here. So I'm hip hinging so I can really get a stretch through those glutes, drive up through that heel, and really hit the lower part of the glute. Oh, feels so good. That is your reverse lunge. Romanian deadlift. This is amazing hip hinge movement to hit the glutes. Vertical load here. Now, if there was a mirror wall behind you, you want to think about pushing the hips back as far as you can, and when that butt can't go back anymore, right here, that is your end point. You don't need to go all the way down where you're rounding out the spine too much. So I'm going to do this with dumbbells, same concept with a bar. So I'm pushing back, 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 back. My butt touches there, come up, squeeze through the glutes, squeeze the triceps, pull the shoulder blades back, pause, touch that wall, really get that contraction through the glutes, feel a little bit of a stretch through the hamstrings. It's just an unlocked knee. That is your RDL. Now the hip thrust. This can be done on a bench without a bar. Now, difference between a hip thrust and a glute bridge is range of motion. So hip thrust, we're gonna get more of a lengthening through the glutes. A glute bridge, you got the floor, so it's gonna restrict you. Hip thrust here. So vertical shin angle, heels underneath the knees. You wanna think about tucking your hips underneath you a little bit, then drive up and really squeeze through those glutes. Your chin kind of follows your torso here. Drive up, squeeze through the glutes, imagining that your knees are coming out a little bit. So we get maximal hip extension right here, and that glute max is really working. If you want to grab a bar, you can take it, put it right on the hips, hold that bar, drive up, squeeze through, squeeze the booty. Single leg hip thrust or unilateral. Now you want to line up with your legs a little bit closer here so you've got more of a base when you pick one leg up. Heel underneath the shin, vertical shin angle, pick one foot up. We're dropping down, driving up. Think about that hip coming underneath you. If you don't have a bar or anything, try this. 3 sets of 20 reps on each leg with limited breather between. That will really fry out your glutes. That is the unilateral or single leg hip thrust. Look at that butt. Oh yeah. The glute bridge. This is a horizontally loaded motion, so you can have a bar on you. You can just do this with body weight. You do it both feet, 1 foot. You're gonna lay down. The bridge is a shorter motion than the thrust. I want you to load maximum tension through your upper back. So we're bracing, stabilizing here. Shout out to PPSC. Heels underneath the shins, vertical shin angle. Drive up as you think about tucking those hips underneath you. Come down. We're not humping the air. Abs tight. Hips under, come up as high as you can. You feel that terminal hip extension, glutes on, control down. You need to reset every time. Go ahead and do so. Drive up. One leg looks very similar. Drive up. That is your glute bridge. Oh yeah. Split squat. One of the best and most hated exercises. I like setting up the split squat. I'm sitting down here, just putting my foot in front of me, then I'm standing up, and then I can bring this back leg up. Now, when you think about pushing this hip back, allowing that knee to track forward, this hip hinges, drive up here. For pushing back, I'm folding forward, so getting that stretch through the glutes, and then driving up. Here we go. So you can load with weights, you can bring it up, or body weight. Should just be enough. Ooh, it's your split squat. Hyperextension. This is great for the glutes, but a lot of people do this wrong. They come up way too fast. They go way too far up into spinal extension, so you get more spinal erector. It's not a bad thing, but a lot of people are trying to hit the glutes when they're doing this. So this is more of a horizontal load. Now you want to set this pad up where your hips have room. So it's not directly on your hips, it's just below here. Your feet are slightly turned out. If you're doing this without a weight, I like crossing my hands over, and then think about crunching through the spine here. Unlock the knees, control down. We maintain that crunch through the spine. Think about pulling up through the glutes here, driving the quads into the pad. So right to that point, we're not rounding out that lower back. Squeeze through the glutes. You want to make it harder, grab a weight, kettlebell, dumbbell, still maintaining the same sequence. Come up, drive through, squeeze the booty. That is your hyperextension. Ankle cuffs. Now, if you have ankle cuffs, this is an amazing movement as we're doing a behind the back abduction. So you're gonna take a cable here, I'm gonna strap it on, D-clip. Now, I have a weight plate because I like giving myself a little bit more room here. I'm gonna step on it, and you can grab and stabilize something here, have a bench in front of you. What you wanna do is turn your foot in. So we're gonna come back behind you, abs nice and tight, to pull wide, pause, and control down. And that is your cable abduction. Booty band or loop band. Now, if you don't have that AD machine at the gym, and if you do, think about leaning forward. That's really gonna hit the glute medius and the top part of the glutes more. If you don't, just simply grab this band, lean forward, think about pulling wide, squeezing through the glutes here, and controlling in. Pull wide, squeeze, try to snap that band. So if your band goes wider, that's fine, just keep going. So we have that variable resistance here, and coming out and getting that maximal isometric contraction. I really feel the top part of my glutes, the glute medius. That is your banded abduction high reps. Come on, booty. Come on, booty. Monster walk. I have a band around my ankles. I'm gonna walk forward so I'm resisting that adduction and my glute medius is on. So we're stepping forward. Just keep pulling wide. Think about the glutes firing here. This is a great warm-up, also a great burnout. Then you can go backwards here. You can also go right into a lateral step. So we're out and in like we're dancing, or you can move with it. Boom. Yep, Joey's got the moves. That is your monster walk or your banded lateral steps. Oh. Look at my butt. That is the rule of thirds. I'm Joey Thurman at Joey Thurman Fit on all social media channels except for YouTube. That's Joey Thurman Fitness. So if you're gonna troll nicely, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you want online training, go to joeythurman.com and click on one-on-one coaching. Order my book, The Minimum Method, the least you can do to be a stronger, healthier, happier you. Click that subscribe button and I will see you soon.
Swimming towards a vicious dream.